Chapter 1. Talismans as Engines of Intent. Section 1. Planetary Spirits and the Doctrine of Influence. In the cosmology of the Picatrix, the stars are not passive lights. They are sovereign powers, alive, intelligent, and ancient beyond reckoning. Each planet governs a hierarchy of spirits, intelligences who administer divine order, and daimons who stir chaos. These are not mere metaphors. In the worldview of the Hermeticist and the medieval sage, everything that moves in the heavens also moves in the soul. The 7 classical planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Moon, each shape the destinies of men, the temperament of nations, and the inner tides of the psyche. To understand them is to understand your own hidden architecture. The Picatrix warns, do not invoke the name of a planet blindly. One must seek the ruling spirit, the soul of the sphere, for the same planet that brings genius can also bring madness. One who walks this path must be both scholar and seer. Citations. Picatrix, Book 1, Chapter 2. The planets are like kings in the heavens. Iamblichus, de Mysteriis. The gods do not descend to us, but draw us upward through likeness. Hermetica, Libellus X, Section 2. The Talismanic Image, Form, Function, and Fate. The talisman is not a charm, it is a chamber, a vessel designed to house force from the stars. Every material, every symbol, every moment in its creation must correspond precisely to the spirit it seeks to contain. The Picatrix reveals that certain stones, like emerald for Mercury or sapphire for Saturn, are not chosen arbitrarily. They resonate with celestial intelligences. Metals too carry planetary affinities. Gold with the sun, silver with the moon, iron with Mars. In the hands of the adept, these become keys, opening the invisible. But even this is not enough. The form carved into the talisman must reflect the image of power. A man seated and holding a book evokes Mercury's knowledge. A lion devouring a serpent may evoke Mars victorious over Saturnine restriction. And this image must be born in silence. No profane word, no broken attention. It must be made under the correct planetary hour and sign, for the cosmos will only lend its power if the gate is properly aligned. Citations. Picatrix, Book 2, on Planetary Materials and Images. Agrippa, 3 books of occult philosophy. Book 2, ch. 22. Proclus, on the Theology of Plato. Section 3. The Talisman Maker, a disciplined mystic. The maker of a talisman is not merely an artisan. He is a bridge between heaven and matter. The Picatrix insists that the practitioner must undergo purification before any image is made. Fasting, ritual bathing, silence for days. Why? Because the talisman responds not only to the alignment of stars, but to the alignment of the soul. If the heart is scattered, if the mind is clouded, the image will be lifeless, hollow, like a flute that has forgotten the wind. The ancient texts teach that the human soul is a mirror of the heavens. When polished through discipline, it reflects celestial forms with clarity. And it is this mirror, clear, steady, and unbroken, that invites the spirit into the image. In this sacred silence, a ritual takes place, not of words but of resonance. The magician, the moment, and the material align like gears in an eternal clock, and through this, a spark is captured, a power drawn down. Citations. Picatrix, Book 3, on Ritual Purity, Ibn Arabi, Futuhat al-Makkiyah, section on Inward Preparation. Plotinus, Enneads, v1. The soul must strip away the visible to see the eternal. We have forgotten how to listen, but in the quiet craft of the talisman maker, the ancients found a way to speak with the stars, a method not of belief, but of participation. The image was not magic, it was a map, a mirror, a meeting place. Chapter 2. The Invocation of Spirits and the Astral Ladder for the Silent Library. Section. 1. Building the ladder between worlds. All invocation begins with ascent, not of the body, but of the will. The Picatrix speaks of the ladder of the planets, by which the soul climbs toward divine intelligence. Each rung is a trial, each sphere a teacher and a veil. The magician does not summon the spirit directly. He climbs toward it. Through invocation, visualization, and purification, the soul becomes light, capable of reaching that which is above form. This is the astral ladder. Saturn, the gate of time; Jupiter, the realm of order; Mars, the forge of will; the Sun, the throne of truth; Venus, the sanctuary of harmony; Mercury, the cipher of language; the Moon, the mirror of all below. To climb is not to conquer, but to attune. References: Picatrix, Book 1, Ch. 5, Hermetic Ascent. Texts: Corpus Hermeticum Phi 3, Dionysius the Areopagite, Celestial Hierarchy. Section 2, The Act of Calling, Vibration, Voice, and Intention. To invoke a spirit is to harmonize with its essence. The Picatrix outlines sacred names, tones, and syllables, each designed to awaken resonance. These are not mere words. They are blueprints, frequencies that unlock specific gates. When spoken with clarity and intention, the vibration of these names carries upward through the astral veil. Each spirit dwelling in its proper sphere hears only what matches its nature. And so, the voice becomes a bridge, but not just any voice, a voice emptied of ego, a voice trained in silence, for the power lies not in volume but in alignment. This is why the ancients memorized hours, lunar phases, planetary dignities, not for superstition, but precision. The cosmos is music, and every call must strike the correct chord. References: Picatrix, Book 3, I XIII Iamblichus on the Mysteries Chapter 2. The uttered word and the divine are connected. Orphic hymns, especially to Helios and Selene. Section 3, The Descent, when the spirit answers. If the rite is pure and the voice is true, the spirit may answer. But it does not come as fire or thunder. It comes as silence made visible, a pressure in the air, a whisper in the spine. The Picatrix warns that the appearance of a spirit is not always visual. Some come as feelings, others as sudden knowing. A rare few appear in dreams or in the flicker between thoughts. One must be trained to receive, for the descent of a planetary intelligence is subtle. Its presence may burn through the astral sheath, altering thought, mood, and perception. This is the mystery of descent, not that the spirit comes low, but that the magician becomes high enough to perceive. References: Picatrix, Books 4, Chapter 2, Paracelsus, De Natura Rerum. Neoplatonic texts on epiphany and spiritual reception. Invocation is not domination, it is alignment. When we speak the name of the Spirit with purity and wisdom, we are not summoning it, we are remembering it. For the stars speak always, we have only forgotten how to listen. Chapter 3, The Secret Architecture of the Talismanic Image, exploring the hidden geometry, timing, and spiritual mechanics behind talisman creation. This chapter answers the deeper question: why do specific symbols, times, and materials matter in magical art? And how did the ancients ensure their talismans weren't merely symbolic, but living containers for celestial force? Section 1, The Blueprint of the Stars. Geometry as invocation. The shape of a talisman is not chosen at random. It is a key, drawn from the geometry of the heavens themselves. The Picatrix teaches that certain angles attract specific planetary powers: a triangle for fire, a square for stability, a heptagram for the dance of the 7 spheres. These are not symbols, they are resonant geometries. Just as musical notes form chords, these forms create vibratory fields. The image is built not just to represent the planetary force, but to contain it, channel it, anchor it to earth. To carve without knowledge is to build a temple with no door. But when the angles align and the spirit is welcomed correctly, the talisman becomes more than image, it becomes architecture for the invisible. References: Picatrix, Book 2, Chapter 10, on the images of the fixed stars, Proclus, Elements of Theology Agrippa, Book 2, HR 23, on geometrical figures and celestial harmonies, Section 2, Time as Substance, Choosing the Celestial Moment. To the ancient Magus, time was not linear, it was layered. Each moment contained a specific celestial fingerprint, and so the talisman must be birthed at the exact moment when its ruling planet is strong, dignified, ascending, and unafflicted. The Picatrix warns, never carve an image during eclipse. Avoid the void of course moon. Choose hours when your chosen planet is in its own house, or exalted. This was not superstition, it was engineering. Just as a seed must be planted in spring, so too must a talisman be created when the sky supports its purpose. The image is the body. The moment of creation is the soul's breath. References: Picatrix, Book 3, Chant 2, on the times of the moon and planets, Dorotheus of Sidon, Carmen Astrologicum, the Sefer Yetzirah, on the correspondence of time and force. Section 3, the spirit within, animating the image. Even with the correct form and moment, the talisman remains inert until it is awakened. This is the secret rite known as sufflation, the breathing of intention, spirit, and sacred names into the image. The Picatrix describes it as a whisper, not from the mouth but from the soul. It may involve incense, prayer, planetary invocations, or silence so pure it vibrates. The goal is animation, not in the literal sense, but in the hermetic sense, to make the image resonate with the force it mirrors. When successful, the talisman becomes a container, a lens, a living echo of the celestial realm. And once charged, it must be guarded, for what is sacred is also vulnerable. Picatrix, Book 4, on the Invocation of Planetary Forces, Marsilio Ficino, De Vita Coelitus Comparanda Zosimos of Panopolis, on the Divine Breath